Thank you very much. And now the gentleman from New York and Chairman of the Middle East and South Asia Subcommittee, Mr. Ackerman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good to see you, Madam Secretary. Difficult to let this historic moment go by without noting that so many of us are feeling buyer's regret that in the previous incarnation we allowed your health plan proposal to go by the boards. What a different place we'd be at right now. But this is a different committee. I want to spend a moment, if I might, talking about the Goldstone Report and its implications. This report is a deeply flawed and grossly biased political diatribe club used to beat Israel over the head and attempt to delegitimize its very existence, a country that has attempted to defend itself, as have we, against terrorists and terrorist attacks and suicide bombers and murderers who would destroy so many human beings and civilization. But it's not Israel that I raise the concern about. It's the implications that this has for the United States. If this report, which addresses the new kind of warfare that we're in, warfare that isn't traditional battlefield warfare, which has general rules and regulations that the whole world has operated under, but going after terrorists who have no conscience, who would hide and morph themselves and meld into civilian populations, hiding their arms and weapons and shedding their uniforms the way they have in the Middle East and the way we have faced them as well. The implications for the United States are more than serious. I won't quantify it, but the number of civilians that have unfortunately and regrettably perished as we, the United States, have pursued terrorists, whether they be in Iraq or Afghanistan or elsewhere, are certainly a number multiplied by some huge multiple compared to the number of civilians that were killed as Israel pursued terrorists in Gaza throughout that entire incursion. It's not difficult to envision the short path if that report is accepted as the international standard to see what happens to our country and envision just the limitations that it would place on your travel ability, Madam Secretary, or the indictment of some American president or future secretary or even past for international war crimes because civilians were killed in the pursuit of terrorists, would put a chilling pall on our ability to fight the war on terror. How do we address this? And I do want to commend the administration for jumping out ahead of this as quickly as it did and do all of the things. And I know a lot of things got derailed because of things that were not under our control without going into them. But how do we deal with this at this moment in time as this report moves forward?
Well, Congressman, you have highlighted one of the serious deficiencies in the report that we have also noted. The whole concept of self-defense and the right to self-defense is one that was not adequately addressed or even taken into consideration. There are a number of other deficiencies within the report, but you have, as usual, put your finger on one of the potential ramifications that go beyond the findings relating to what happened in one place at one time in history. And we believe strongly that the issues raised in the Goldstone Report should be subjected to strong domestic review processes. We believe Israel has the capacity and the institutions to do so. And in fact, Israel, as you know, has undertaken such review, as has, I might add, the Palestinian Authority. The group that has it is Hamas and those who support and fund Hamas. And we believe strongly, too, that other countries have a stake in supporting our perspective on this. Because it's not only the United States. If this international standard, as you say, were to morph out of this report, but nearly every other country would similarly be held to account. So I share your concerns, and we have stood very staunchly on the side of those who reject the underlying premises of this report.
The time of the gentleman has expired. The gentleman